What is going on, everybody? It's the Frost, and we're back again with another Elestrals FireStorm Divine Champions reveal reaction here. We got a new Torture and Ignector. Let's see what's going on with this. Let's get into this right now.
The set is called FireStorm, so it's time for us to turn up the heat for another day of epic reveals. Strap in.
We got going on here.
If you missed yesterday's reveals, man oh man,
I think yesterday is one of the better reveal days, just in my opinion.
was there a gust of wind here? We revealed all 4 of the wins from the bag of winds, some new counter runes that are going to make play even more exciting going into FireStorm, as well as revealing some of our friends from Tartarus who happened to break out. I don't know how they did it, but they did it. Today's reveal, however, is focused on the Fire Pantheon once again, with some really cool support for a handful of different decks and archetypes. I cannot wait to break it down, but without further ado, let's talk about those new cards. But you gotta go pre-order FireStorm if you haven't yet. You can go to shopelectrals.com, pick up a 2-player starter bundle, pick up a booster box, our incredible blister packs, and much, much more. Get those pre-orders in. We do ship first in, first out, so don't miss out. But let's talk about some brand new cards, baby. This is gonna be super duper fun. Our first one up is none other than Emphyrix, champion of Hestia.
No surprise, which we already had this revealed with the Stellar version of it. You disenchant fire from your Hestia in order to add a 1-fire spirit Elestral from your underworld to your hand. When you ascend this Emphyrix during your end phase, you can special cast a fire from your underworld with fire.
Revealed this card to you guys through our incredible Stellar
not a very
that you can get
not a good card
from your local game store, but there is a rare printing of this in the set, and it features a beautiful art of Hestia chilling with her Emphyrix sitting on its perch. I love this, man. And again, just to recap that effect: 3 attack, 4 defense on a 1-cost Fire Elestral that says you can disenchant a fire from your Hestia in order to add a 1-spirit Fire Elestral from your underworld to your hand. This is really important because with Hestia, it's so crucial to be able to have enough Elestrals to take advantage of her effect. This also goes on to say that when you ascend this Emphyrix during your end phase, you can special cast it from your underworld with fire. So if you do ascend your Emphyrix, you have the flexibility of being able to special cast it back out to the field and provide yourself even more support.
Yeah, and also that does also save your ascension, whatever it is, from resting on your laurels. So you ascend this up, you get it back. So the 2 cost or 3 cost, depending on how you manage to get 3 costs on there, is saved for a turn, because if your opponent gets that 1 of resting, they play it down. The Emphyrix takes the hit, not the 2 cost.
Very crucial in a metagame with resting on your laurels running around, but also
there you go,
just getting more bodies on the field to protect or work alongside your ascensions. Very, very strong. As new champions of Hestia are introduced in future sets, I think you're going to see a lot of really cool potential here with those ascension lines. So a very exciting new card to highlight. This next card, however, I think is the one that a lot of people have been waiting for, and one of the most crucial cards for the Hestia deck. I love this card so much. It is none other than Torchin.
When you cast this Torchin, you can search your deck for an Hestia or a Torchin, a Torch of Hestia, and add it to your hand. You can Nexus 1. Why?
Champion of Hestia. You guys already know that Hestia has her torch, and this Torchin is just so happy because he was the winner of the big Torchin race. This is a brand new 1 attacker with 1 defense Fire Elestral that says when you cast this Torchin, you can search your deck for a Hestia or a Torch of Hestia and add it to your hand, so you have some search flexibility there. Generally, you're probably going to grab
How is this crucial, though?
Hestia, but you always have the chance of grabbing a torch. And then its second effect is really important. It says you can Nexus a fire spirit. So what that means is you have the flexibility of being able to throw your Torchin down, grab your Hestia, Nexus off of your Torchin onto your Hestia to give Hestia more ammunition to use this effect, and then be able to special cast out an Elestral. So turn 1, you have that play, because Hestia's effect only works if you have equal or less amounts of Elestrals on the field, so you can essentially get rid of your own Torchin to be able to activate Hestia's effect. So a lot of cool opportunities there to utilize her effect in the most effective manner, but obviously Torchin providing that searchability, that consistency for the Hestia deck is very, very important. I think this card is super cool, and it also has an incredible new full art, one of my favorite cards in the set.
Wow.
I love this. It is Torchin, champion of Hestia, kind of taking a different perspective from the original card art that I just showed you, but as a full art, man, I love it so much. You can see the Torchin race. Her Torchin was the winner, of course, and again, same effect, but on a full art. I love that we've done a little bit more with the full arts, kind of expanding them beyond just 3-cost Elestrals We got a couple 1-cost Elestrals getting full art treatment now. I think that's a ton of fun, and it's something I hope that we can continue to explore in future sets. But this one I just love. I love this art so much, man. This is a really cool card, and Hestia enjoyers, you're going to want to chase this full art. It's absolutely beautiful. Up next, I'm going to talk about a brand new Elestral card that is going to be very, very interesting in the metagame for a handful of reasons. We've got a brand new Ignector card, but this one does not have a title on it.
You can cast this Nectar. When you cast it, you can search your deck for a Nectar of the Gods and add it to your hand.
And this will hopefully shed some more light into the potential design space for cards that are existing names without titles. We've talked about this.
No, I'm not a big fan of reprinting cards with new effects if they don't have any title to them or something. It's like, why would I play this one?
In a few videos now.
Not too many people actually play Nectar of the Gods, really. Like, it's not as relevant as other staple cards out there.
This will be competing for deck slots with the base set Ignector, which is important because if you could run 3 of these and 3 of the base set ones, that would be pretty bonkers. But this Ignector allows you to search your deck for a Nectar of the Gods and add it to your hand when you cast it. So very thematic. You've got Demeter kind of harvesting some of Ignector's nectar here in this cave. Really cool stuff. I love the artwork on this one. Ultimately, you cast out your base set Ignector. You can search your deck for 2 more Ignectors and put them on the field. You can grab 2 of the FireStorm ones and get yourself draw 4 essentially off of those Nectar of the Gods. So this,
I mean, this does give you more chance to go out there and actually play Nectar of the Gods, because again, Nectar of the Gods, that doesn't seem as much play as other cards that let you search, or like, of course, rabbits. So I guess this would be with 1 base set in Nectar, get 2 out, get 2 Nectar of the Gods, and be able to search 4 cards. I mean, draw 4 cards. I guess that's a fine combo, I guess.
There's some really interesting implications with this. I think there's going to be some wild decks
No
that
Wasp
get
by
created
me?
around Ignector, and the fact that you're not only
Waspire?
getting more Ignectors to the field to swarm, but you're able to thin your deck even further with Nog. You can find the combo pieces you're looking for. This card's going to be interesting. I'm very excited to see what people cook up with here with our brand new Ignector. Again, competing with deck slots with the base set Ignector.
I mean, honestly, if you're gonna play this, you're gonna play a Nectar. It's 1 base set, like 1 base set, and then you get 2 of these out there, getting 4 Nectars. 2 Nectars, be able to draw 4 cards. So I guess that's fine. That's an interesting combo, especially if you're not drawing well at the beginning of your game and you don't want to sit there and mulligan. You go, well, I did get a Nectar in my hand, base setting Nectar. Let me play it. Let me get the other 2. Let me get 2 Nogs, and then we draw 4 cards, because that'll help me.
But if you can get the base set one out through like a small Tuga, you can swarm the field with these Ignector, set yourselves up for all sorts of cool plays. Very, very exciting stuff. Our next card is its Ascension, a non-titled Waspire.
When you discard a card to force an opponent to expend, you can discard a card to force one equal to the enchantment cost of the discarded card. A fire card, so it doesn't. I hope it's not just a 1 cost. So like, if you have a 3 cost, if you have a second Waspire, like say you have an Ursa, a Majursa on your hand, in your hand, can you expend that and make them expend 3 spirits? This one's a little iffy. I do like regular Waspire. I'd probably play that over this.
Coming into the fold here, swarming the flower field here. This Waspire has 6 attack and 1 defense, and follows along very much so along the lines of the original Waspire in terms of being a burn direct spirit damage card. 2 cost fire. You can discard a fire card to force an opponent to expend spirits equal to the enchantment cost of the discarded card. So if you toss a 3 spirit fire Elestral like Trifernal, you're burning your opponent for 3, and you can use this effect every single turn.
Yeah, but Waspire, the original one, is actually a lot better, because I could sit there and, because they decided not to put a limit on how many times you can disenchant cards, spirits from Waspire a turn, if I double or triple, which is very hard to do, but if I double and triple Exalt Flare myself up with the max amount of spirits, I can disenchant and burn my opponent for over half of their spirit deck in 1 turn.
Because it's an active effect. So there's some really interesting implications here for Waspire to deal massive amounts of damage to opponents, and I can confirm there are going to be some new 3-cost fire cards coming into the game in the next couple sets, so there's some really interesting implications there for being able to toss stuff into the underworld and take advantage of that. In fact, the discarding strategy for fire with Comagma and this Waspire and some new cards coming to the game in the future is going to be something that we actually highlight quite a bit. So I think this card has a lot of future potential. Otherwise, it could slot in nicely into fire decks and should be quite a bit of fun there. I'm very excited about this Waspire. I think, like I said, you discard Triferno, you're burning them for 3, you rise that thing back, your opponents are in for,
I mean,
for a ride.
that's some strategy, I guess.
And you know that I love me my Stellar Elestrals. We've got a brand new Stellar Ignector. I love this one, man.
Reprint,
What a great art by Diego.
Oh, yeah.
This Ignector hits the field, obviously.
This is an okay reprint for a Stellar because obviously Stellar Ignector was in Kickstarter, base set Kickstarter for the beginning of the game completely. So getting it a reprint for everyone who's coming into the game post Kickstarter, yeah, definitely cool to see them be able to do that.
You can search out your Nectar of the Gods. It's got the Stellar Nectar of the Gods in the chalice, and it just looks so cute next to the other non-stellar Nectars. I love arts that we do like this, where we've got the Stellar and a couple non-stellars. We did that with Clovey in the past. I love these arts a lot. So get excited for our brand new Stellar Rare Ignector. Only 99 of these will ever be made in our FireStorm products, and of course you can grab them in your booster packs and your starter decks. They can be in the booster boxes and everything in between. Stay stoked for my man Ignector. I love this card. FireStorm pre-orders are available.
I'm a little disappointed we didn't see a new Fire Celestial that like we did with Harpy the other day. We haven't seen any other new Celestials yet. He said there's going to be 10, and we've only seen one of them. Let me know what you think in the comment section below about this one right here. A little hit or miss in my opinion, but we'll have to see how all the combos go. Let me know what you think in the comment section below, and I'll see you guys tomorrow for day 17. Until then, my name is Frost, and I'll see you guys later.